So what's up, everybody? It's me, True Star Screamer. And yeah, we're here with yet another G.I. Joe Classified review. And we've got Jason Shockwave Faria. I can't do a Corey Burton voice right now. But, I am not too familiar with this guy, to be honest. I don't remember him much in the show, but he is a cool riot trooper. And he's got a lot of cool gear. And of course, it's always another Joe, and I've been completely hooked on this line, so I am very much excited. Just about everybody on the Joes are over 6 feet tall. He's got a combination of both close and long-range combat, which I do like, and he's got an awesome design. I guess that pretty much says all we need to say, so enough about the box, let's talk about the figure. So here is Shockwave out of the box. No gear on right now. Oops, that is it. That leg holster slipped down a little. But this is it's kind of a mixed. I don't want to say a mixed bag. He reminds me very much of the Valorverse Action Force Republic Guard with their urban gear. Maybe they're probably based off of him because they do sample from each other, best way to say it. But my gosh, he's got a lot of pockets. He's got sheath on his ankle, on the vest, and the hips. One thing that the Valorverse figures have, of course, is the fact that the vests are removable, which I think would have been kind of nice without having to pop off the arms on this guy. And his joints, smooth, very smooth, which is a very nice thing compared to the last couple figures I've had to work with. His legs are pinned, I do want to point that out, but again, since the plastic is colored just like the pants, it's not too much of an issue for me. It does have a boot swivel. Decent. I mean, this is all the basic fare here. His ab crunch is the joint, not a ball and socket, and the vest does not hinder it too much, which is nice. He's just a pretty decent generic guy. A couple things I'd also like to point out on his vest. He does have that communicator that some of the other figures have. Almost makes me wonder if this was meant to be an older wave figure because of this on there. I do like, for those who know me, I like asymmetry in my figures, so I like the vest having the sheath here, the different pouches, and then he's got these shells that are on the vest, which is pretty neat. And we'll talk about that detail in a moment. He's got additional gear, armor on his wrist, which is pretty neat. He's kind of like a riot trooper, so this is something where if he gets into close combat, he can defend his wrists without them breaking. Speaking of the wrists, he does have on this hand the vertical joint, and on this hand the in and out joint. And all the details are nice. I love the urban camo print. And again, I mentioned it's just nice not having a figure I have to heat up or anything. His joints are just so fluid. They're a wonderful breath of fresh air. So let's get him geared up and see how he looks. So here we've got Shockwave all geared up. I know sometimes I like to go through the accessories individually, but this is definitely one where the sum of the parts helps out. Dumb note, the sheath here is blue on the leg. On the box art it was black. I think I would have liked it better in black, but I guess going with all the soft plastic and all. One less part to pay attention to. But still. I mean, the overall effect is pretty decent. I like about 90% of what we have here. So, the shield is awesome. It's got a lot of nice textures to it. I like the spotlights that are built into the front of it. You know, in case this, he's doing this at night. I think it's a really neat touch. It's got weathering. It's got chips in it. It's got scars in it. I think I'm going to hit this with a gray dry brush. This needs weathering. I mean, they put it on here. I love the kill stickers on here. So this shield has been places. It has seen things. It's been shot at. It's gone through explosions, whatever. It needs more battle scars. but it looks really good. Its attachment is kind of like a Captain America shield, where there is a handle and then there is a snap-on to the wrist. My only qualm with that is it can only go on this one arm. The thing is, that is the hand that has the vertical wrist, not the in and out. So I think the vertical wrist would have gone a little better if I wanted to have him, you know, putting it more in front of him. So again, that's just me being critical. This is on a black plastic. That's a little C-clamp that holds it to the wrist. I'd be lying if I said I didn't worry about that one day, you know, getting weak and snapping. Just gotta call that as it is. Notice he's got a hat on now. Doesn't fit as well as I'd like it to. It looks okay, but when putting it on there, it just doesn't quite feel right. That's just me. Looks decent on there. Then he's got his Tonfa nightstick. And you can see this is bending here. The handle for this needed to be a little longer. So yeah, it's coming up a little short. And again, if this maybe had the vertical wrist, that could have helped out, because I could have had it, you know, pulled up at an angle to kind of give him more of a striking, so that I wouldn't have that stress going on here. I could switch it and have the handle going up in here like a club, but you know, when you have a stick, you know, a nightstick, you're usually more imagining it like that. I mean, even when I flip it around, you can see this handle's now starting to bend. Also, unless you have him holding it, there is no storage for this at all. I think they could have put a loop back here for it, kind of like they did with nunchucks. Now, if you are so inclined, you can upgrade your nightstick with the Casket of Calamity stuff. I know it's on T-Man's Amazon store, but that you get that, you know, there's that coffin of, I think it's the Coffin of Calamity. I'm blanking on it right now. But it's got all those close combat weapons, and it does have another nightstick on here that's definitely a little more reinforced, and I think does it a little more justice. But of course, that set also came with its own riot shield. But I'm going to set this aside. Look at that handle length. This should have been about this size. Then being the soft plastic that it is, I'm worrying about it warping. Losing the riot gear, though. Shockwave still has a lot of cool stuff. You know, he can reach up here. He does have a pretty vicious knife that goes in his vest. And then in the ankle sheath, you know, this is like one of those rope knives that's like a rope cutter too. I mean, this is pretty vicious. I think Shipwreck should have come with this, you know, because he came with a rope. I think then also he should have had some kind of rope or cable. Then he's got, put that here, dual Uzis, and they do have removable clips. So I mean, this is like, oh god, what was that Chuck Norris movie? I can't remember it right now. Battle for Los Angeles, but no, that's a different movie. But yeah, you can have him dual wielding Uzis, which I'll definitely get a picture of him doing that in a little bit. But that's his main gear. Now, I mentioned before, he's got these shotgun shells here, but he doesn't come with a shotgun. And that, I think, is an absolute shame. I mean, he's got plenty of weapons. I'm not complaining. The guy has got melee, long range, and vicious close combat. So, this is me just getting greedy. But the nice thing is, Hasbro provides. Or if you got a valid, or if you also have a Action Force weapons pack, that provides. But I did do that General Hawk review where he has an extra shotgun. So I may just be giving that to Shockwave here. So he has a riot shotgun to use his riot shells. Also, I thought this was pretty cool. These are the goggles that Hawk came with. So if you've got goggles going over his helmet and you just want something to do with these actually look pretty good on Shockwave. And I think that's a very cool look. Almost like the Snake Eyes Commando look. Whoops, it slipped behind his head. Give me 1 second here. I do not hate that look at all. Or actually... okay, that look I hate. Yeah, much better. That looks actually really good. Crap, this almost makes me want to buy a second Shockwave just to have one as a riot troop. I mean, he doesn't have his name tag on it, so that's something to keep in mind. A few other, while I've got him here, a few other ways, things I could have been greedy about. If there was a way to mount this on his back, I think that would have been really cool. You know, again, I like weapon storage, so I would have liked to have had some storage for that. But this is not a bad look. I seriously might buy a second one now, just to have a riot team. No, I am not army building this. Be good. I was about to do the whole final thoughts thing, but a little weird QC thing is the fingers here are not completely cut. So like when I try to bring the pistol up here, it's aiming, the machine pistol is aiming forward. So I'm going to definitely take an X-Acto knife in here and open up these fingers. I had to do that once with a Punisher figure a while ago, so it's not something it's not unheard of, and it's happened with a lot of Legends, but this is the first time I've had this happen with a Joe. So overall, I don't hate Shockwave. I'm glad I got him. I definitely am glad I got him. Man, this holster keeps sliding down. My complaints I have are dumb and petty. I really think the Tonfa here should have been larger. I would have liked some kind of storage for the Tonfa, and I would have liked some storage for the shield. This shield is absolutely awesome. This is probably one of my favorite accessories I've seen for a character, and they really did it right. Again, just, oh man, I love the nicks and scratches to it. The figure himself, he's just moved so smooth. It's one of the easiest ones I've messed around with in ages. So that in itself is a wonderful thing. I have no personal emotional attachment to the character, so for me this is just a toy. It's just an action figure, and it's a decent one. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that I know he is an individual character, this would be also a very good troop builder. I can't troop build every one of my Joes. Also, if you got this extra stuff from General Hawk, it looks really, really good on him. So I recommend him. I can't say he's an essential Joe. I can't say this is a must-own, but if you are definitely if you're looking at him saying, yeah, you know what, I'll pick him up, I don't think you'll be disappointed by far. I hope to see this used on somebody else. This is such a good piece. I can't stress it enough. The plastic is good. The coloring, they could have really cheapened out on this accessory. I don't know why I keep going to it, but when I feel how cheap this was, I was afraid this would be such a thin piece of plastic. So this in itself gets all the kudos. And like I said, the figure itself, very well done. The accessories I do have with him all work really well, and I mean, you know, always I would want more paint on the weapons, but that's going to be Hasbro. But what he has works really, really well. But let me know your thoughts. If this is the one that said, hey, this review is why I'm buying this figure, let me know down below. Give me a like. Hit that subscribe button. I look at my stats. I get people returning, but I don't get returning subscribers. Go figure. Just a click, man. That's just a click. There is more things to be reviewed. I want to try to get as much done before Christmas. And again, if you want me to do that top 5 or top 10, let me know down below. I'm reading these comments. And most importantly, above all, until next time, take care. Peace.